What's interesting is that when we started our project, there was very little to draw on. And there are about 100 people in the room today, but you would be lucky if you could find 5 people in the room to get information about. And I think this project, this lecture series, calling it Green Teams, is very apt because you can't do this without a team. And the team in front of you is what put together what it is that became the Hearst project. I often get asked, what was the motivation behind Hearst in going green? And how difficult was it? And how much more does it cost? And why wasn't it done before? So I'll just answer those questions very quickly. I don't know why it wasn't done before. And yes, it was difficult, but it wasn't that difficult. And the things that make our building green are practical choices. They're not over-the-top choices. And even the water feature, which came online later in the game, they were incorporated into the theme of green as we started moving forward in that direction. What I want you to do at the very end of this program, since they have the lights dropped, is that you should ask as many questions as possible. I went through the room, and we have a very intelligent audience here, but when the mechanical engineer starts talking in mechanical engineering talk, stop them and say, break it down to basic English like I did, and say, well, what does that mean? And what are the choices? We were very fortunate in that we were provided with a variety of choices that became cost effective. And then we were able to wrap ourselves around government incentives which helped us undertake this project. And then it became exciting and fun and enriching and something that the corporation embraced. But really the answer to the question is, if we were going to build a building, why not build the best? And that best building incorporated green practices. So basically it's a moment in time that was able to capture all of these things together. We're down the block on 8th and 57th. We own newspapers, magazines, radio, and television stations. We're very successful. We've been in New York City for 80 years. A lot of people confuse us and think we're California-based, but in fact we are New York-based. And Mr. Hearst was one of the original stakeholders of the west side of Manhattan. And the original Joseph Urban building was one of many urban architects that Mr. Hearst used to play with. But our brands, the modern Hearst Corporation, are located in 10 some odd buildings on the west side of Manhattan, and they're really not united. And this new building is an opportunity to unite the Hearst Corporation under one roof. So it was a series of things that made us look at whether we were going to build a building in Manhattan. That is the improved climate, the business climate in New York City, the fact that it made sense that some of the buildings that we were in were very outdated, including their mechanical systems, their air, and their heat. But the floor plates just didn't work either. And Michael Wurzel from Foster will explain why this floor plate is much better for us. But we undertook a real estate study as well. This is part of the history of the original building, the 6-story structure. But there are the 10 buildings that we're located in, and it just didn't make sense from an efficiency standpoint. And our leases were coming up for renewal. We're paying outside landlords for space, millions of dollars of rent, that we could invest in our own real estate and have a more modern structure. So this is what drove us in that direction. The buildings that we did own, we could unleash now the real estate value of them. And in fact, the New York Post announced a project on 55th that we just consummated that's going to bring a new hotel to New York City. The whole idea is that this took many, many years to undertake, and the green became part of the component of why not pick a world-class architect, why not bring world-class values, then why not bring green to New York. The timing's right. We hit the sweet spot just at the right point, but we surrounded ourselves with good people, Blackman Kurtz, Foster and Parker, Tish and Spire, all of which are going to speak to you tonight, that allowed us to make the right choices. What I'm just going to tell you is that these were practical choices. Anything you undertake could be difficult, but it's really not that difficult, and we're happy to be the leader in this movement. But hopefully tonight you'll learn a little bit something, and I would direct you all to our website, Hearst.com, and within it there's a tower icon that you can put on, that you can facts related to the building, including all the green ingredients that we may kind of skim over tonight, which you'll find more